At the start of the movie, we are told that our planet Earth was being watched by some aliens. These aliens were highly intelligent and studied how humans behaved and functioned. Humans were busy in their own lives and believed there was no other force stronger than them. The aliens were waiting in space and making their plans, and now is the right time for them to strike. Next we see Ray, who is a container crane operator at New York City port. He has just completed his shift and his manager requests Ray to work double shift, but he says no and leaves for home. At his home, Ray's ex-wife Mary is waiting for him to drop off the kids at his place. Mary is going to Boston to meet her parents and wants to leave her children Robbie and Rachel with Ray. Mary carries their suitcase inside and tells Ray that the children have to finish their homework. We see Mary is pregnant and Ray congratulates her and tells he will take care of the kids. We see the news of TV that everywhere in the world lighting is happening and earthquakes are also happening. Ray and Robbie decide to play some baseball and have an argument with each other for not doing homework. Later, when having food, Ray finds out that Robbie has taken his car and gone out. He gets angry on Robbie and goes out to find him and sees many people looking in the sky. He sees a strange black cloud in the sky and decides to have a closer look from his house backyard. We see that the wind is blowing towards the storm and Rachel also goes out to see this. Suddenly lighting starts coming down the cloud and Rachel gets scared. Ray tells her not to worry, but the lighting keeps repeating and gets more aggressive. They decide to go inside and see that the lighting is happening continuously. They get scared and hide under a table and soon the lighting stops. Ray notices that there is no light in the house and all electronic devices have stopped working, including his watch. We come to know that the lighting was sending out some sort of electromagnetic pulses, which disabled electronics. Ray goes outside and sees all cars are also not working and many people on the roads. He meets Robbie, who is scared and says he saw the lighting strike 26 times. Ray tells him to go back in-house and look after his sister and not to take the car again without his permission. Ray decides to check the streets and finds many people going towards a church, and he also goes there. After reaching the place, he finds many people standing near a big hole, which was caused because of lighting. Ray finds a stone and touches it to find it very cold and is surprised. Suddenly they hear some noise coming from underground and the ground starts breaking up. Everyone starts running and the ground is opening up and destroying everything. Suddenly a massive machine, which is called tripod with 3 long legs, appears from the ground. Everyone, including Ray, is scared of this machine and they start running and hiding from it. The tripod stand-ups and powers up and then opens fire with destructive heat rays, vaporizing bystanders. It starts destroying everything in its path and starts killing all humans near it. All start running and a stampede happens and Ray manages to run from there and save himself. Ray comes to home and his kids ask him what he saw out, but Ray is still in shock from all the killings. He washes his face and tells his kids to pack their things since they are leaving this house within 60 seconds. The kids are confused and ask Ray what is going on, but he says to follow his order. Ray goes to his room and even takes his gun and they leave the house with their things. Ray goes to his friend's shop and steals his customer's car and tells his kids to sit in it. Ray's friend comes to stop him and Ray tells him to come with him or else he will die. His friend does not believe him, but suddenly Rachel sees tripod is coming towards them and kills the friend. Ray runs from there in the car and the tripod starts destroying everything. Ray tells the kids about the alien attack and Rachel has a panic attack on hearing about this. Robbie calms her down by holding her hand and doing an exercise with her. Ray says that he feels the machine were buried in the ground from long before and aliens who operate it came down in lighting. Ray drives through many stranded cars on the road and goes towards Mary's house to find her. After reaching the house, the kids are not able to find their mom and get worried. Ray says that she might have gone to her parents' house in Boston and tells them not to worry. Ray tries to make them a sandwich, but the kids refuse to eat and Ray gets angry and throws the bread. They decide to spend the night there and go in the basement to sleep and Ray decides to sit on chair and keep a watch. Later at night, they all get up when they hear some weird sound outside and see some light flashing. Everything starts shaking and they run in a different room and save themselves from an explosion. In the morning, Ray goes outside and sees everything destroyed and goes outside the house. Outside, he finds that the aliens have destroyed many planes and caused them to crash, killing all passengers. He meets a news team surveying the wreckage and learns there are many tripods. The sole female member shows Ray footage of tripods invading Earth, with the aliens riding down the lightning to the machines. They are using tripods to destroy other cities, revealing that they have been preparing this invasion for a long time. Ray is shocked to see this and decides to move from there and readies his kids. They leave from there in the car and take a different route to avoid main roads. Ray believes many people will be on main road and want to take their cars, so it's safe to be on smaller roads. They decide to take a bathroom break and Rachel finds a river full of dead people floating in it. Ray closes her eyes and takes her from there. They see a military convoy going towards the aliens and Robbie tries to join the fight against the aliens. Robbie tries to leave with the US military, but Ray and Rachel stop him. Robbie says Ray is just trying to find Mary, so he can leave them with her and done with his responsibilities. Ray feels bad for Robbie and lets him drive the car to make him happy. At night, they come across a large crowd and Ray tells not to stop for anybody. The crowd surround their car and stop it and start attacking it and break their windows. They start pulling them out of the car and start sitting inside. Ray fires his gun to stop them and sees Robbie is badly injured. He takes Rachel out of the car and lets them take the car but drops his gun in the process. They go inside a restaurant and see how people are killing each other for a car and feel sad and cry. They decide to walk their way and see many people on the roads and come to a small ship. They come near the ship and Rachel notices something in the distance. They all see a tripod nearby and everyone starts running towards the ship. The captain of ship starts the ship and decides to depart since many people have started boarding it. Ray and his kids somehow manage to get on the ship and the ship departs. Robbie manages to help some people climb the ship and the captain notices something in water. The ship is attacked by an underwater tripod and it capsizes the ship over. Many people, including Ray and his family, are thrown in water and the tripods start catching people. Ray and his kids manage to swim to the shore and see the tripod attacking and killing many people. They arrive at a hill and see many military vehicles there attacking the aliens and Robbie goes to help them. Ray tries to stop him, but upon seeing Robbie's determination to join the fight, Ray lets him go with the military. The tripods are revealed to be protected by some kind of energy shield that makes them invulnerable to all forms of attack. The tripods destroy all military resistance and Ray escapes from there with Rachel. They are offered shelter and protection by a stranger named Harlan who invites them in his basement. Later, Ray tells Rachel not to cry and says that Robbie is okay and will meet them in Boston. Ray sings a lullaby to make Rachel go to sleep and goes to talk with Harlan. Harlan says he has food and water stored here for weeks and tells Ray he can stay with him. Harlan says the aliens killed his family upon their arrival and says they were planning this for many years. Harlan says this is not a war but an extermination of human race and they must fight back to stop it. Ray thanks for letting them stay, but they are suddenly attacked by tripods. They see through a window tripods attacking houses around them and Harlan says they should do a surprise attack on them. Ray comes to know Harlan invited them here to help him fight against the aliens and Harlan is crazy. Ray finds a strange red weed substance over the ground and tells Harlan to not talk to Rachel. Suddenly Ray hears some sound coming from above and tells everyone to be quiet. A snake-shaped robot with a big eye comes down and starts scanning the area for humans. They hide from the robot and Ray even stops Harlan from attacking it. The robot is unable to find them and goes from there, and then the aliens come down below to search the area. We see the aliens are small in size and have long arms and legs and are black in color. Harlan decides to shoot the aliens, but Ray stops him and tries to grab his gun. The aliens are called above and they leave the area and go away. In the morning, Harlan calls Ray, and they see a tripod sucking blood and body from a human to fertilize the red roots. Harlan has a mental breakdown and starts shouting and digging a hole to escape. Ray tries to talk to Harlan, but he attacks him and Ray realizes that Harlan can't be stopped. He decides to kill him to save himself and his daughter and puts a blindfold on Rachel and closes the door. After killing Harlan, Ray and Rachel decide to rest for some time and go to sleep. Later, another robot finds them and Rachel gets scared and runs upstairs. Ray uses an axe and cuts the robot and goes upstairs to find her. He goes outside and sees many people have been killed and the city is covered in blood of all people. He finds Rachel and sees a tripod catch her and take her with him. Ray goes to a car and finds several hand grenades and detonates one of them to attract the tripod's attention. The tripod catches Ray and puts him in a cage with many other people and Rachel who were captured. The aliens try to pull Ray inside the tripod to be used as fertilizer, but the other prisoners manage to save him. Ray manages to take the grenades with him and throws them in the tripod's pipe. The grenades explode and kill the tripod and the aliens inside it. Ray manages to save Rachel, and we see that they have reached Boston. They notice the red roots are starting to dry up and die, and the tripods appear to be dying also. Ray and Rachel are told by military to leave from there, and they witness a tripod acting strangely. Ray notices that a cluster of birds are circling and landing on the machine, indicating its shields are no longer functioning. Ray alerts nearby soldiers who attack and destroy the tripod with a big weapon. They all go to check the defeated tripod and see a hatch opens, releasing a large amount of red liquid and revealing an alien as it dies. Ray and Rachel reach Mary Ann's parents' house and find her there to be safe. Ray also finds Robbie is also there who has survived the attacks and hugs him happily. We are told that the aliens were defeated because they breathed our air, ate, and drank. While all humans' weapon failed to defeat them, they were killed by tiny organisms on Earth. The aliens killed and consumed many humans and, by doing so, ate many organisms within them. They could not digest these organisms and were killed by them, and humans managed to win this war in spite of losing billions of lives.